Alright, Season 7, Episode 9, Honest Apple.
Uh-oh, I think I burnt my fries. Oh, no, I kind of did.
Okay, Season 7, Episode 9, Honest Apple. Overall, it's nice to see, I'm always for having Applejack get an episode.
We know.
Yes.
She's best background pony.
His best pony, and you know that. Best pony, just overall.
Just his best pony.
And it was so cathartic to see her yell at the fashion ponies. It's like, this makes no sense. Like, yes.
True.
Yes, I am very much of the same mind when it comes to fashion as AJ. It's like, it's completely impractical. Why are you doing that? It looks stupid. Why are you doing that?
Don't normally wear clothes in general, so all clothes are impractical for them. Unless they're going someplace cold and they need protection.
Well, remember, you could go as a disco ball.
I don't know. I wonder how Pomel is actually doing. She might be on a roll.
I was really hoping to see Coco in that episode for some reason.
No, it's Miss Pomel.
Oh, Miss Pomel, right?
Yeah, for copyright reasons.
Yes.
Still
Legal's
trying to
like,
get these...
No, you cannot call her Coco Pomel anymore. She is.
Yeah, the thing we did. Yeah.
That thing we did. Yeah, we can't do that anymore. All future instances are Miss Pomel.
And then at the end it was Miss Coco Pomel or something like that, and she's like, ah!
No, you want the lawyers to...
Coco Pomel. I said my name's Coco.
Now, if she was really, if Coco was really attractive, Miss Pomel, if she was really attractive, would she be hot Coco?
I
Yes.
think active.
Would you be cuckoo for Coco?
I'm
Some people are
Coco
cuckoo
for
for
Coco
Coco.
Pomel.
God, now there needs to be a pony named Hot Coco.
Wouldn't surprise me if somebody's OC is named that.
Hey, I'm good at cracking.
Secretly a stripper. Hot Coco.
Oh my God, no.
Miss Pomel designs her costumes.
No, it's her alter ego.
Oh no.
Anyway, moving on to the episode at large and getting away from stuff that really should be on the After Dark channel. Apparently Spike got caught staring at Rarity through the window at the boutique.
Yeah,
And then he got pressed into service carrying flyers for her up-and-coming fashion contest. And, it's like, he was just walking by. Sure, he was just walking by. Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean, he just needed to stop for a moment to tie his non-existent shoes.
Anyway. So
I was running errands for Twilight, and I had to catch my breath. Totally, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we get Pinkie Pie coming in here. And Pinkie Pie is really nice in this episode in that she's that perfect bit of comic relief that the episode needs to kind of just ease everything in, and we get the nice kind of rapid fire Pinkie. And you go, what you got here? Lost dog, balloons for sale, guitar lessons? Because I found one, I need some, and yes, I am interested.
Yeah. As it turns out, Rarity would probably be a good teacher.
Yes, which makes you wonder, where did she learn that? Did she trade, like, early in her career when she was starting out, did she trade, like, I'll make costumes, but you teach me guitar, sort of thing for a group? It's like, okay, you teach me guitar. She did it for a metal group. That must have been interesting.
Yeah, and I have to admit, when I saw that scene, I may have rewound it like a couple times just to watch it again.
just to make sure you hadn't just dreamed that.
Yeah, because it took me by surprise. I just figured she'd go like, deep, not, bam!
Yeah, I mean, she's, that's the important thing about, that's one of the big things in comedy is to have create an expectation of a character and then subvert that expectation. It's that surprise between what you think it should be to what it actually is. That's one of the base and kind of core concepts in comedy is to, create an expectation and then flip that expectation.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, apparently also, in classic Ponka style, she stores a whole guitar in her mane. Just pushes it in, and it just disappears.
I kind of wondered something. How many ponies are stuck in that mane of hers?
Nobody will ever know. It's a bit like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside, so it's very easy to get lost in there.
I took a left at your right ear, but I think I went the wrong way, and now I'm in like the back of your mane, and I came out to your plot, and I didn't mean to do that.
I should have took a left at Albuquerque.
Yes, there was a cricket pitch in here somehow. I don't know. The pick for picking AJ was a nice surprise. If you went in,
she's honest.
Yeah, if you went in with it completely blind, which I tend to do. I won't look at anything usually much more than the title. And if you go in blind with it, it was kind of a nice, oh, okay. So Honest Apple should expect Applejack to be involved in some way. They're all guessing, it's like, Countess Coloratura, which would make sense. That was from Spike. Sassy Saddles, her manager in Canterlot. That makes sense. Spike. Spike?
Yeah, sure.
It's like, no.
And I kind of just love how Ryder's like, ha ha ha, no.
Yeah, it's like, no. The third judge for the Carousel Boutique's Couture de Future fashion contest is none other than Applejack. And then you get the, what?
You ever said that, dear?
It was that surprising. Perhaps if you wanted to make
volunteer you for things and you don't ask you first.
Yeah, that was my next thought. The next thing was coming out of my mouth. Perhaps you should have asked before deciding on her.
At least it's not like when somebody volunteers you for something and then forgets to tell you that they volunteered you for something.
Yeah. She wanted AJ for practicality and honesty. And apparently, there are 20 versions of the same hat in AJ's closet. Well,
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, not. We even saw it. There was that one closet that was just full of hats and bows. It's like,
Apparently.
That's about right. Apparently, in the Apple family, Bloom is the only one with any interest at all in fashion. Because, AJ has no use for it. Granny Smith, other than her little shawl thing, doesn't really have any much use for it. And Big Mac, we think he doesn't have any use for fashion.
I don't know.
I know, he's secretly a male model.
I don't know. He was pretty fashionable as Orchard Blossom.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But, Apple Bloom looks to change what her iconic headwear was. She was originally, she's always had her bow as her iconic headwear. Now she was looking at getting a big floopy hat, but Applejack's like, nope, this hat. Now you
And
can see.
Applejack, it's funny, Applejack's like, I have 20 versions of this hat in my closet.
And nobody is surprised. Oh, you want one of those?
It's a pretty cool hat. I don't know if I want one, but it's a pretty cool hat.
Is
Why not? This is a coup.
But yeah, she basically turns it into a sensible hat and goes, there you go. And now she can see. And she has a hat. Though I seriously doubt that will be an iconic hat for very long. It'll probably go back to her bow. Because
Yep.
then they'd have to change the models.
Yeah.
But that gives AJ the confidence to judge, saying, "Oh, she wanted me for practicality. I got this." And
She practically ruined the show.
She says, she looks like a disco ball. Did they have to roll her down the runway? I can't believe any pony would actually wear this. Am I right? And this sort of thing during this episode just cements why AJ is my, even further, why AJ is my favorite. It's like, this is the kind of garbage that these fashion people pulled. Nothing anybody would actually ever wear who had any kind of self-respect would actually wear it on the street. But on the runway, it's daring. It's like, oh, and it's another one of those subtle but really nice visual gags when she says this and photo finish faints. It's like she always does that. It's like, and then her assistant just kind of nods,
Like,
and then just like, well, I didn't say anything. Yeah, literally pony. That's a bit irritating. It's like literally the most irritating thing in the world when people use literally the wrong way.
Yeah, but people have been using the word literally like that for hundreds of years.
No.
No.
Yes. The author of Huckleberry Finn used literally in the wrong way.
Yeah, but that's not the definition. It wasn't enough to change the definition.
I know. I'm just saying that people have been using it like that for a long time.
But not correctly.
Yeah.
And so that's the qualm, is you're using it completely unnecessarily or incorrectly. It's like you only need to use that when you need to make sure that people understand that this is not hyperbole. This is actually what happened.
When
If I literally mailed a ton of freight, that means I actually took a ton of stuff and mailed it.
Are we talking literally as in Michael Jackson and the Pepsi commercial? Or literally misuse of the word literally?
Misuse the word literally.
I'm just saying is like normally if you were to write a book and use literally in the wrong way, most publishers aren't going to try to correct it.
I think an editor probably would.
Well, it depends. If it's within the character's parameters, like this character.
Yeah, that is an exception. If it was part of the character's thing, if they wanted to show that they're a bit annoying or they don't really know their grammar that well.
Using the word literally, misusing the word literally, that's kind of how it's done.
Yeah, that's one of the only reasons I would think your editor would let that slide, is if you were doing it as part of that particular character's character. But we get off on a tangent here. We got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we
get on track.
literally got off a tangent.
Right.
It was nice. I guess it was kind of nice to see the return of I think her name was Ink Rose.
Yeah.
I forget the name. Yeah. Well, have we seen her?
Yeah, the goth pony. She didn't really say much last episode we saw her on. It was the
Was that the Canterlot boutique thing where?
yeah, it was when
Which
Rarity
was-
first opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in that episode.
Wondering if that is the same pony or if that's a different one that looks very similar. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. But
Stop that! Stop it!
so yeah, AJ gets a lot of mileage about calling a spade in this episode. It's like, no, that's not beating around the bush. That is that. She's a pony after my own heart. So, points out the problems with distressing clothes, dragging dresses. Though hemmed right, it wouldn't be a problem. If you
And not only that,
And she does know her ponchos.
yes.
only that, sometimes you want a train.
That had
Yeah,
so.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for most dresses though, I would think you'd want
If you go-
you'd want it to have you'd adjust the hem so that it wouldn't drag. Now there were special circumstances where you'd want to train, but for the most part, I would think you wouldn't. You'd want just it hemmed just so that it sits at the right level.
Well, most of these dresses are not going to be everyday wear.
Well, they're still supposed to be something, they didn't look like a train. It looked like it was just it just came down like a normal dress, if I remember correctly. It didn't really have a train looking thing coming off of it. It was just yes, it flows like a normal dress, except for it touches the ground.
Well, it depends on how tall the pony is, too.
Yeah, that's where hemming comes in as well, is to fix that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we come in petite sizes.
But this depresses the contestants and annoys the other judges. Rarity tries to smooth things over, but it isn't easy, and it does stress her out a bit. And then we come to probably the most memorable and memeable part of the episode. Apparently, Rarity can shred.
Yep.
That was pretty
I
cool.
just love that part. And it made it feel better too.
And what is that series? The one with the short clips, like they redub short clips with fun stuff. It's like AMV Hell, but it's for ponies.
Mad?
No, it's not Mad. It's a series.
Oh, I just remember they did like some pony stuff in Mad.
Yeah, it's a whole pony series, and it goes for like they're like hour long things, and the anthology. Pony's the anthology.
Oh yeah, the anthology. Yeah.
And the next Pony's the anthology. There's going to be plenty of submissions of Rarity, if they're still doing them, of Rarity shredding different pieces, like Fire in the Flames or something like that, and some Dragon Force.
You know what? I want to see Rarity versus the 11th Doctor. Axe battle.
Oh god. What? I brought my axe. I did too, darling.
Now thinking about it, and this is a little bit of a tangent here, but I know the second had his recorder, 12 has his guitar. So are there any other musicians in the Doctors? I don't.
Yes. Well, there's the recorder, there's the guitar, and I I thought one of the other ones had something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
One of them plays the triangle. Bing. Wait, who
Or-
plays the recorder?
Two.
The second.
Oh, okay.
The best doctor of all.
But anyway, there's a little tangent on.
He doesn't play it well. Ooh. Don't forget Jamie. Jamie plays the pipes. He's a piper. He plays the bagpipes. So you got him in there too.
So you could
True.
make the Doctor Who band. An interesting musical experience. So then AJ comes back and she complains about too many buttons. And these artists sure don't stand their ground when only one judge is complaining.
So many buttons.
I mean, she's right that it would take a long time to put on, but the contestants are bending to Applejack's will a little too easily. It's like the other two are like, it's fantastic. It's got too many
I
buttons.
mean, how many times do you see like Dancing with the Stars or something?
I don't watch Dancing with
one-
the Stars.
That's the only one I've ever seen. I don't watch any of the other reality shows, like American Idol or whatever. The only reason I've watched Dancing with the Stars is my mom watched it for one of the baseball players in it. Grandpa Ross was in it, so she was watching it. Anyways, but no, it's like the contestant has one complaint from one person, and they're going to go and be like, screw you. It's going to be like, I still got a pretty decent score.
Yeah.
Hey, I watch American Idol. I watch like the first few episodes to see how bad they sing. It's so fun.
But yeah. Then AJ really crosses the line when she starts pulling the feathers out of the hat.
Yeah,
One
that
thing- It's one thing when they do it.
that
but-
pissed me off, man.
Yeah, but they
I'm like, don't touch an artist's work.
yeah.
And
If
as
they want to
somebody-
change it by criticism makes them want to change it of their own will, fine. But you don't go up and just rip stuff up.
Yeah, it's like I worked so long on that hat. Why?
And then we get to the belts. And the belts AJ gets back to on point. It's like, she they pull out the two belts and they look identical. And it's like,
No, one
unless-
of them was a slightly lighter color, like just a smidgen.
I would have
Yeah,
loved to
one was a gray, and one was a slate.
see. What I would have loved to see is AJ pull the same thing she did with the brooches in Traja.
I was about to say the same thing.
Which of these belts is which? What, that one? No, actually, she was holding that one. They're identical. What are you on about?
That I agree with.
Yes. AJ, finally drops the bomb and says, "Fashion is ridiculous," which it's a bit harsh, especially to a room full of designers. I don't disagree, but.
But I mean, that's like saying going to a baseball field and saying baseball is stupid. It's just a bunch of guys hitting balls with wooden sticks.
Your fashion is ridiculous. We should all just be nudist.
Most of them are.
I
Especially in
wasn't talking
Ponyville.
about ponies.
Well, that implodes the contest. And
Don't talk to me.
um, so then Rarity, uh, she pulls her over to go see Strawberry Sunrise, and it probably could have been explained without doing it the as harshly as she did.
Yeah, but Rarity wanted getting some revenge.
Not
Yeah.
only that, it's easier to explain that with explain the concept of difference of opinions if you show a contrasting opinion.
Yeah.
If you
But-
teach her a contrasting opinion as opposed to just like, oh, that's stupid. And then you have here's somebody else talking shit about something you like. And they're like, oh, shit, I was just doing that.
One of the things that that I thought would have been funny, but it might have also created a
Dude.
it might have conflicted with the actual message they were trying to send with it, is to have instead of Strawberry Sunrise, it's somebody who deals with oranges. Then they'd be literally comparing apples to oranges. But then again, that would undermine the what she was trying to show by going, this is apples to oranges. The two, what she did in there and what you're doing here, are not the same thing. So it kind of undermines it with that. But it still would have been kind of funny to see her. Apples,
He's like, I'm
oranges.
sorry, you actually eat those mealworm ridden things?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me kind of wonder. Applejack should have asked, so, Rarity, do you have other ponies lying around like that for the rest of your friends? Like, do you have a pony that hates books?
Uh-oh.
It's every book. No, it's
No.
button mash.
No, all of the main six were actually plants by Celestia to be Twilight's friend, and they were all trained in, they were all part of the equestrian NSA. Pinkie Pie is, record keeper, and
Yeah.
Rarity knows people, knows ponies that can do things. She's ultra prepared as well. They're all just like super ultra prepared. We just never see it.
Oh, God.
I mean,
So,
Pinkie
AJ
Pie.
So AJ goes around rounding up the judges and the contestants and whatnot to put the show back on. Apologizes, but says she still doesn't quite understand fashion altogether. And, maybe she should have tempered what she said, tempered her brute honesty with a little bit of, tact. Not lying, but a little more tactful about how. And towards the end, Lily Lace actually uses literally correctly for once. And then we get one of my favorite moments for this episode. Pinkie Pie is like, and then Applejack found me and told me to distract you for an hour. But the hour's up. Ta-da! Rarity's like, but how? They were all leaving. This was all coming down. The Lace comes back with, you can thank Applejack. She literally did it all by herself. I was just like, I don't think the word means what you think it means. But I did bust my tail.
Inconceivable!
Yeah. I do not think that word means what you think it does. Because I know how much this means to you. Yes. Amigo Montoya. So AJ comes up with the tiebreaker, and so all three are featured instead. I would have thought, thinking about it this way, Canterlot is much more metropolitan. More eyes are going to see it. Canterlot or Manhattan. It would have been interesting to see the work of these up-and-coming ponies sent to Canterlot to be in her Canterlot boutique, because they would have been much more exposed with that.
Not only that, I mean, don't they have those competitions in Canterlot already? No, not Canterlot, in Manhattan? Because that's what the whole concept of Made in Manhattan was.
Yeah.
One of those contests.
Yeah. There's that, and I imagine Canterlot has it as well at times.
Yeah, but I'm guessing like those contests like cost a lot of money just to get into them, and Rarities is like free.
Plus, it could be that, they're young. I do not need stickers all over me. It could be just that, it's for in-home stuff. It's like, how those small towns have their own Miss whatever, Miss County or Miss Village. Small town stuff. Because they know that a lot of these people can't attend the big town places, can't go to these highfalutin competitions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, still Ponyville, getting it in her boutique is still pretty good, but her Ponyville boutique is pretty good, but I think her Canterlot boutique would have had a bigger impact.
And maybe they will eventually make their way to the Canterlot boutique or the Manhattan branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, AJ tries to, and one last thing, AJ tries to be delicate about Rarity's hideous dress, but is relieved to know she thought it was awful too.
It's like, oh no, dear, that
was
is
horrendous.
like god awful. Yeah. Like, oh,
But-
thank you.
Also, if it is a franchise, one would presume they were all called Carousel Boutiques. It's just that's the Canterlot one, and the other one's the Manhattan one, but they're all Rarity's Carousel Boutiques. They specify what city they're in as a differential.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, that's all I had on the episode as a
You
bit.
not stick anything there.
Yeah, it was a good episode. And before we end, there's like there's two notes I forgot to make. One was for the parental guidance one. Pegasi have very dexterous wings.
They do. Actually, you know what's funny? While I was cleaning out the garage, I found a Frisbee that has the word Dex on it.
And the other note I wanted to
I'm
make
everywhere.
is I can't
I'm
believe I
the
forgot
bad
this.
wolf.
I can't believe I forgot this, but in the episode, the Big Mac episode, it was kind of funny to see the return of the costumes that weren't good as spy gear.
Yeah. So overall, I think Applejack should have been a little more tactful, but she had to pick up the ball for this one. It felt a little like a first season episode again.
Kind of did.
At the same time, every pony else in the main six has had their revelations and has had clear, concise, points at where they evolved and where they grew. And Applejack really hasn't had much character growth throughout the series.
Well, yeah, and there's some
I
that
was
say
to
that.
say it's because she's already perfect, but at the same time, she hasn't really had much of that kind of growth.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that's often said about that. When I've watched people talk about her, it's usually saying that, she really, in the first season, she only had one real flaw, and that was she was stubborn. And they've handled that a couple times, and that, she doesn't really have a lot of aspirations. They had to invent some for Over a Barrel. and she doesn't have a whole lot of flaws. She's just a little stubborn, and so it's really
And this
hard to do
wasn't
episodes
her
with her.
stubbornness. This wasn't really her stubbornness they were facing. It was the concept of honesty versus tact,
Yeah,
where you can still be honest without being brutally honest. And I think we have seen, and albeit only minutely throughout the series, but she never really got over that because it's never really been addressed. Where she, like in the sleepover episode, how she's like, oh, well, that's stupid because, go washing your hooves and all that shit. They never really addressed that aside from, oh, I'm your friend, so I'm going to be nicer to you. But they didn't really address the brutal honesty that she has with everybody.
well, at any rate,
Now she
is there anything else anybody has to say about this one?
Not really.
No,
I don't
guitar
think
was
it's about
awesome.
this
That is
episode.
it.
Yes.
But